Archangel Michael says, there are moments in the spiritual realm when timelines shift, not because of something you did, but because of interference. This is one of those moments. Your future spouse was on the edge of a life-changing decision. Whether they know you now in waking life or have only sensed your presence in dreams and signs, their heart was aligning with yours. Heaven had been preparing their steps toward you, nudging them through subtle confirmations, familiar feelings, and unexplainable pull. But then, something changed. Something shook them. In the middle of the night, while their spirit was most vulnerable and open, they had a dream. And that dream wasn't sent by God. No, this dream came with the intention to confuse, to delay, and even to destroy what was divinely assigned. In the dream, they saw you, but it wasn't truly you. The person they saw wore your face, your name, your essence, but your spirit was distorted. In the dream, you may have betrayed them, rejected them, or spoken words that broke their heart. The images were powerful, emotional, and deeply unsettling. They woke up wondering, was this a warning from God? Or was it something else? Archangel Michael reveals that this dream was a lie cloaked in emotion. It was designed to plant a seed of doubt in the very soul of your future spouse. A doubt that would make them hesitate, reconsider, and possibly walk away before ever truly knowing who you are. And this isn't accidental, it is spiritual warfare. Type Amen 928 to get blessings. There is someone or something working behind the scenes to prevent your union. A force that knows your connection isn't just romantic, it's revolutionary. Together, you and your future spouse are meant to bring healing, strength, and purpose to each other and to the world around you. And that level of divine partnership terrifies the enemy. Archangel Michael says, the result? Your future spouse began pulling back, energetically, emotionally, maybe even physically. They've grown colder, more distant, or overwhelmed with uncertainty. But don't be deceived, this isn't about you. This is about what was planted in their spirit, and it's not the final word. Archangel Michael is urging you to understand, what they saw was part of a spiritual illusion. A trap to shake the foundation of something sacred. But heaven is not silent. The angels are at work, correcting the narrative, clearing the interference, and preparing the way for the truth to be revealed. Take heart. This is not the end of the story. What was shown to your future spouse may have changed their direction temporarily, but what heaven is about to reveal will shift them back into divine alignment. The dream they had was powerful, but what they are about to experience will be undeniable. Stay spiritually awake. You are part of something bigger than you realize. What your future spouse witnessed in their dream was not a simple message. It was a carefully orchestrated illusion, a spiritual projection meant to look and feel real. In this dream, they saw something that made them second-guess everything they had been feeling. Something that rattled them so deeply, it made them question whether this connection was a blessing or a trap. Imagine being shown a future with someone you long to be with, but in the vision, they betray you, belittle you, or even abandon you. That's exactly what happened. The emotional intensity of the dream wasn't random. It was designed to leave a spiritual scar, a memory so vivid it felt real even after they woke up. This was not a vision from God. It was a spiritual smokescreen, laced with half-truths and fear. Type Amen 2934 to get blessings. Archangel Michael is revealing this. The dream showed them a version of you that never existed. It pulled images from your past, shadows of your wounds, and fears from their own heart to create a false prophecy. It whispered lies dressed as protection. It made them feel like backing away was wise, even holy. But it was the opposite, it was sabotage. Why was it so disturbing? Because it touched a vulnerable part of them. Maybe your future spouse has been hurt before, deeply. Maybe they've had to rebuild themselves from heartbreak. Maybe they carry a fear of being abandoned again. The dream used that fear as a gateway. And here's the twist, the spiritual interference came through someone close to them. Someone who either consciously or unconsciously does not want to see them move forward into a blessed, balanced, and divinely ordained relationship. It could be a controlling parent, a possessive friend, or a bitter ex who still has energetic access to their life. This person, knowingly or not, served as a spiritual conduit to block the truth. The dream was disturbing because it carried spiritual weight. But that weight wasn't holy. It was heavy with manipulation. Archangel Michael is now working to sever the tie that gave this false dream power. He's whispering into your future spouse's heart even now, through signs, symbols, and moments of doubt in the dream's narrative. He's raising questions in their spirit. Was that really true? Or was I being deceived? You are not who the dream claimed you were. You are more. And the moment they begin to seek clarity from heaven rather than fear, the truth will be revealed. Soon, another dream, or a divine encounter, will contradict the first. And they will know they were lied to. For now, stay prayerful. Stay grounded. Heaven is rewriting what darkness tried to forge. The disturbing image is fading. The truth of your heart is beginning to shine. When divine unions are under threat, heaven does not stand silent. Archangel Michael, protector of truth and defender of destiny, has stepped forward. The interference in your future spouse's dream did not go unnoticed. Even as confusion tried to settle in their heart, divine energy began to stir around them, repelling the false narrative and preparing to restore clarity. Type Amen 19038 to get blessings. Michael is releasing a divine message, not only to your future spouse but also to you. His sword of light is cutting through illusions, and the deception wrapped in emotion is being unveiled. Where there was fog, there will be revelation. Where there was silence, there will soon be divine communication. The false dream carried power because it mimicked truth. But now, heaven is releasing correctional energy, truth with divine authority. Your future spouse is beginning to experience signs, strange synchronicities, even feelings of déjà vu that lead them back to the original peace they felt about you. This is no accident. This is divine recalibration. You may not yet see it in the physical, but in the spirit realm, something has already shifted. The interference has been recognized, the culprit, whether spirit or person, exposed, and the angels are actively at work, correcting what was distorted. Michael is also releasing protection over your name and your character. In the dream, your image was twisted, but heaven knows your truth. Angels are now aligning conversations, bringing clarity to past misunderstandings, and planting reminders of who you truly are into your future spouse's consciousness. Archangel Michael says, this is the moment your future spouse begins to wrestle internally. They will have dreams of contrast, where what once seemed frightening now appears peaceful and holy. They will remember glimpses of your soul through prayer, emotion, or memory. And in those moments, the divine message will echo, you were misled. But there's still time to return to the truth. Heaven is sending this message not to alarm you, but to assure you, the spiritual battle is not being ignored. You are not losing this connection. It is being fought for. Archangel Michael's message is also this: keep your own heart pure. Do not let bitterness or impatience corrupt your spiritual alignment. Your role is not to chase, but to remain grounded in truth, ready for what is to come. You are not just waiting, you are preparing. Type Amen 1923 to get blessings. Correction is coming. And with it, your future spouse will begin to feel an unmistakable call back to you. Not because they're being forced, but because the deception is lifting, and the love they once feared was false will soon be known as real. Be still. Be faithful. The heavens are clearing the path. This spiritual battle surrounding your future spouse's dream is not isolated, it's part of something far deeper. Archangel Michael now reveals the truth. This interference is not just about preventing love. It is about blocking purpose, delaying destiny, and silencing a divine partnership that was prophesied long before either of you were aware of it. There is a divine mission attached to your union. And whenever two souls are meant to walk together in power and purity, the enemy takes notice. You and your future spouse are not just meant to enjoy each other's love, you are meant to ignite transformation, healing, and restoration. There is something your relationship will unlock, not only in each other, but in those around you. This is why the interference has been so targeted and so personal. This is why the attack came through a dream, a realm where discernment is weaker and emotions run high. The adversary knew that if they could plant fear in the heart of your future spouse, they could delay this union indefinitely. Fear has a way of clouding divine insight. Archangel Michael says, this attack may have originated from someone your future spouse still trusts. Someone who appears to be wise, concerned, or even loving, but whose influence is rooted in control or jealousy. It may be a spiritual mentor who senses the shift your union will bring and fears being left behind. It may be a family member who doesn't want your future spouse to move forward without their approval. Or it could be an ex-lover who still holds space in their heart. This person has spoken words or prayed prayers that open the spiritual door to interference. Maybe they whispered doubts. Maybe they secretly resented the joy your future spouse was beginning to feel. And in that subtle rebellion, they became a channel for deception. Type Amen 9293 to get blessings. But heaven is exposing it all. Archangel Michael is cutting through this web of spiritual manipulation. He's dismantling the false influence and restoring clarity. Your future spouse may begin to feel disillusioned with people they once leaned on. They may feel distant from certain voices that once guided them. This is not confusion, it is divine separation. God is setting them apart so they can hear truth without distortion. The enemy's plan was to use the dream to prevent the awakening of your union. But heaven is turning it into a tool of revelation. Through this disruption, your future spouse is learning to discern real love from counterfeit care, divine guidance from controlling advice. What was meant to delay is now accelerating their growth. And you? You are being prepared not just to receive a partner, but to co-labor in destiny. Your union will shake things spiritually. And the very forces that tried to destroy it will one day witness its power. Archangel Michael says, what is being exposed is necessary. Truth is your ally, and the light is doing its work. Even while confusion has clouded your future spouse's heart, heaven has not forgotten you. In fact, Archangel Michael says that during this delay, God has been working on you, preparing you, molding you, and elevating you into alignment with your highest purpose. The time apart has not been wasted. It has been sacred. Your spirit has been undergoing refinement. Old fears, past wounds, and false attachments are being released. This is not a season of waiting, it's a season of becoming. Heaven is making sure that when your future spouse realigns with you, you are not standing in the same emotional place you were before. You are being transformed into the version of you that is ready for this union, not just in heart, but in identity and spiritual maturity. Type Amen 2983 to get blessings. Have you felt the pull to forgive someone recently? Have you found yourself remembering old heartbreaks, or confronting inner wounds that you thought had healed? That is no accident. The angels are stirring these memories, not to torment you, but to purify you, so that no past pain contaminates this next chapter. You're also being called to let go of idolatry and love, the idea that someone else will complete you or rescue you. Archangel Michael reminds you, you are already whole. This union will not be built on dependence, but on divine partnership. Two whole souls, walking side by side. You may also notice heightened spiritual awareness during this time. Dreams, synchronicities, nudges, and confirmations may be increasing. This is heaven's way of reminding you, you are not alone in this preparation. Archangel Michael encourages you to engage in spiritual practices now more than ever. Cleanse your space. Speak declarations over your destiny. Break soul ties. Protect your energy. Every prayer, every act of obedience, is aligning you more closely with divine timing. This is also a time to clarify what you want in a relationship, not from a place of fantasy, but from truth. Who are you when you are aligned with God's best? What kind of love do you desire to give and receive? What mission do you feel called to co-create with your future spouse? Heaven is not preparing you for a fairy tale. Heaven is preparing you for a partnership of purpose. Archangel Michael says. And so, while it may feel like nothing is happening, much is shifting beneath the surface. Your future spouse is slowly untangling from confusion. And you? You are becoming a spiritual magnet, anchored, discerning, radiant. Ready. When the appointed time arrives, it will not feel like striving. It will feel like destiny. Type Amen 293 to get blessings. Archangel Michael brings a message of redemption. The lie that was planted through the false dream will not stand unchallenged. Heaven is preparing to send another dream, this time, directly from the throne of truth. This new vision will carry a divine frequency that no spirit of deception can mimic. It will carry peace, clarity, and unmistakable confirmation. Your future spouse may not expect it, but it is already in motion. Heaven is orchestrating an encounter, through sleep, a vision, or even a moment of spiritual awakening, that will gently but powerfully break the chains of confusion. In this new dream, they will not see fear or betrayal. They will see love that endures. Eyes that understand. A voice that feels like home. This dream will echo with the presence of God. It won't create anxiety, it will calm it. It won't bring doubt, it will settle it. The imagery may be simple, a reunion, a shared mission, a moment of laughter, a scene of divine partnership. But what will linger is the peace. The clarity. The overwhelming sense that this is what heaven meant all along. The false dream was loud, chaotic, and emotionally jarring. But the true dream will be gentle and undeniable. And when your future spouse awakens from it, something deep inside them will shift. They will begin to seek you again, not because they're confused, but because they remember. They will feel the pull of destiny, and they will realize they were led astray. Michael also reveals that this new dream may come with a spiritual assignment. Your future spouse may feel led to make amends, to reach out, to ask questions. or to silently begin preparing for reconnection. You may not see it immediately, but know this: a change of heart is already underway. It's also possible that the new dream will not just be for them, but for you too. Watch your dreams in the coming days. Pay attention to the symbols, the faces, the messages. The divine is speaking. Type Amen 492 to get blessings. This is not just a moment of restoration. It is a holy reversal. What was stolen in the night is being returned by the morning. And what was broken by illusion is being rebuilt by truth. Keep your spirit open. Stay aligned with your calling. Because soon, what was seen in darkness will be corrected by light. And when the new dream comes, it won't just feel like a message. It will feel like coming home. Archangel Michael says, "You have more spiritual authority in this situation than you realize." Archangel Michael is calling you not only to prepare but to intercede. Your prayers are powerful. Your alignment is a weapon. You are not waiting powerlessly, you are part of the rescue mission. Every time you pray for your future spouse's clarity, their heart shifts. Every time you forgive them for the confusion or delay, spiritual cords of guilt are loosed from their soul. Every time you bless them, even without speaking their name aloud, heaven moves on your behalf. This is the time to pray bold prayers. Ask for angels to visit them in the night. Declare that the confusion is broken. Cancel every assignment of sabotage with your words. Speak truth into the spirit realm, they will not be misled. Their heart belongs to heaven. Our purpose will not be stolen. But more than just warfare, this is a time for gentle restoration. Let your energy be soft and surrendered. Love them from a distance. Send waves of compassion, not control. You may feel tempted to reach out physically, but Archangel Michael urges you to trust divine timing. There is a sacred rhythm being followed, and your restraint now will allow divine orchestration to unfold. Heaven may prompt you with specific assignments, lighting a candle, fasting, writing a letter, that you may or may not send, or walking in nature to spiritually cover your future spouse. Obey the nudges. These aren't random, they are acts of agreement with the divine plan. Type Amen 2093 to get blessings. It's also important to keep your energy clear. Stay away from gossip, jealousy, or bitterness. Even your thoughts are vibrations that impact this journey. Think of your heart like a tuning fork. When you stay in peace, you call them back into resonance with truth. Archangel Michael says, "You may begin to feel emotional waves that don't seem to belong to you, sadness, longing, or sudden grief. These are echoes of what your future spouse is releasing. Don't be afraid of them. Breathe through them. Bless them. Send love. And don't underestimate the power of joy. Celebrate the breakthrough before it appears. Gratitude in advance is a sign of trust. It invites miracles." Archangel Michael reminds you, this is not just about reuniting two people. This is about healing timelines, breaking generational curses, and restoring hope where there was none. Your support is sacred. Your love is active. You are not alone in this. The angels are partnering with you. Keep the light on. They are on their way back. The day is coming, and it may come quietly, without warning. A message. A look. A dream followed by a text. But when your future spouse returns, Archangel Michael says, prepare to respond from your healed self, not your wounded self. Their return will not be perfect. They may be nervous, unsure, even apologetic. There may be awkward pauses or unfinished conversations. But beneath it all, you'll sense the shift. Their energy has changed. The veil has been lifted. Their spirit remembers you now, as heaven always intended. Your role? Receive them with wisdom and discernment. This is not about pretending the delay or the pain never happened. It's about recognizing that heaven has intervened, and what's arriving now is real. Type Amen 1934 to get blessings. Hold space for truth. Let them speak. Let them process. Let them ask questions. There may be tears or confessions. This is not weakness, it's sacred unfolding. You do not have to rush reconciliation. Let it build. And ask yourself, who have I become while they were away? Have I healed the wounds that once triggered me? Can I offer love without clinging? Am I clear about my boundaries and purpose? This is a new chapter. Let it be written with intentionality. Don't expect everything to look like a movie scene. The beauty is in the realness, the vulnerability, the humility, the honesty. You'll both carry stories now. Scars, yes, but also strength. And when you choose to walk forward together, you do so not in fantasy, but in divine agreement. Archangel Michael also reminds you to continue inviting God into the reunion. Pray together. Even a simple prayer over your meeting, a shared moment of silence, a mutual surrender, these will root your reunion in the spirit, not just emotion. And if they hesitate, don't panic. Awakening is a process. Sometimes the spirit knows before the mind is ready. Keep your peace. Trust the momentum of what heaven has begun. There may also be outside resistance, people who doubt the connection or question the timing. Let your love speak louder than their fears. You don't need to convince anyone. What God ordains will be protected. Most of all, forgive fully. Not for them, but for you. Let the past go like a final exhale before the inhale of new beginning. You were always meant to meet again on higher ground. And now, that ground is ready. Love from your soul, not from your scars. The reunion is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a destiny finally reclaimed. Type Amen 293 to get blessings.